Kris Jenner has always been the epitome of glamour, resilience, and unyielding ambition. A woman who has built an empire from the ground up through sheer determination and an innate knack for turning life's milestones into spectacles of joy and extravagance. Her recent celebration of turning 70 was no exception to this rule. It was a lavish affair that encapsulated everything she stands for: elegance, star power, and a refusal to let age dictate the boundaries of one's vitality. The event, themed around the iconic world of James Bond, unfolded in the opulent confines of a sprawling mansion valued at an astonishing $165 million, a property owned by none other than tech titan Jeff Bezos. This choice of venue alone set the tone for what would become one of the most talked-about gatherings of the year, a night where the elite of Hollywood converged under twinkling lights, cascading champagne fountains, and an atmosphere thick with the scent of luxury and possibility. Picture this: a grand estate nestled in the hills, its manicured gardens transformed into a secret agent's dreamscape. Crystal chandeliers dangled like diamonds from the vaulted ceilings, casting a golden glow over rooms adorned with velvet drapes in deep crimson and gold, evoking the shadowy intrigue of a Bond villain's lair. Tables groaned under the weight of gourmet delicacies: truffle-infused caviar on delicate blinis, seared foie gras paired with aged balsamic reductions, and tiers of macarons in flavors that whispered of exotic locales from Istanbul to Monaco. Live orchestras played sultry renditions of classic Bond themes, their strings vibrating with a seductive rhythm that urged guests to abandon inhibitions and surrender to the night's magic. It was more than a party, it was a statement, a bold declaration from Kris that 70 was not a sunset but a supernova, bursting with brighter stars than ever before. At the heart of it all was Kris herself, the birthday girl who has long been the matriarch of one of America's most enigmatic families. She has spoken candidly in recent times about her philosophy on aging, rejecting the societal script that women must fade gracefully into the background after a certain number. Instead, Kris embraces it as a canvas for reinvention, a time to amplify one's presence rather than diminish it. On this night, she embodied that ethos flawlessly. Her ensemble was a masterpiece of high fashion, a tiered red gown that cascaded like molten lava down her lithe frame, each layer catching the light in a way that made her seem almost ethereal. The gown, custom designed by a couturier who had spent weeks perfecting its fit, hugged her curves with effortless sophistication before flaring out into a dramatic train that swept the marble floors like a royal decree. Complementing this fiery statement were long black gloves that extended to her elbows, adding a touch of vintage allure reminiscent of Audrey Hepburn in her spy thriller days. Her hair, swept into an elegant chignon, was adorned with a single diamond-encrusted clip that sparkled like a covert signal. Makeup was minimal yet masterful: smoky eyes that hinted at secrets untold, lips painted a bold scarlet to match her gown, and a radiant complexion that spoke volumes about the skincare empire she has quietly cultivated alongside her public persona. The guest list read like a who's who of global celebrity, a glittering assembly that could have populated its own red carpet event. Beyoncé, the queen of reinvention herself, arrived in a sleek black sheath dress that paid homage to Bond's timeless tuxedo aesthetic, her presence alone elevating the evening to legendary status. The two powerhouses shared a moment captured in a candid Instagram snapshot, their smiles wide and genuine, arms linked in a sisterhood forged from years of navigating fame's treacherous waters. Beyoncé's attendance was more than mere courtesy. It was a nod to Kris's influence, a recognition of the momager who has launched careers and shaped narratives with the precision of a master strategist. Then there was Justin Bieber, the pop prodigy turned enduring icon, whose gesture toward Kris became the evening's most heartwarming highlight. Amid the swirl of dancers and the clink of cocktail glasses, Justin found himself on the dance floor with the hostess, their movements synchronized in a playful waltz that blended youthful energy with seasoned grace. As the music swelled, a remixed version of Diamonds Are Forever, with pulsating beats, Justin paused, his eyes locking onto Kris's with a depth of respect that transcended words. In a gesture straight out of a fairy tale, he offered a deep, theatrical bow, his hand extended as if presenting her with the world itself. Kris, ever the picture of poise, curtsied in return, her laughter ringing out like silver bells. It was a moment of pure, unadulterated joy, a reminder that beneath the layers of fame and fortune, human connections remain the most precious currency. Justin, who has weathered his own storms of public scrutiny and personal growth, later shared on social media how inspired he felt by Kris's vitality, calling her the ultimate Bond girl, timeless and unbreakable.